And this is August 3rd. I'm still in Bustard Islands. Been here for quite a few days, loving it. But something different's been happening in the last few days. This morning when I pressed the test battery, the voltage from the port battery was totally down, like zero. And of course the engine wouldn't start, so I started the generator, let it run for about 5 minutes, and the port engine started. I topped up the two batteries. So I have to start the generator to charge the port battery. What's with that? I haven't even used the motors in many days. So there's a test button in the cabin, and so it shows that when the fridge is on, the battery level for the port side goes down a little bit. Same thing with the cabin lights and such. That's not supposed to be like that, because it's supposed to have a battery dedicated for the port motor, another battery dedicated for the starboard motor, another battery, a third one dedicated to the generator, and the fourth battery dedicated only for the cabin lights and such. So why is the cabin lights and fridge, the house battery, not being used, I guess, and it's the port battery that's being used? So anyways, yeah, so with troubleshooting with AI, it looks like there's a wire that should be going to the house battery and shouldn't be going to the port battery. So I'm about to pop the hood and see what's happening. And here we go again.
Out. Let the boy boogie woogie. Have mercy.
Well, let's hope it's just an easy to see wire. If not, yeah, I'll have to unplug the fridge. And looking at the port engine, I see the two batteries. One should be for the motor, the other one the house battery. And the funny thing is that, look at that. There's a black wire that joins them together, and it's the same thing on the back with a red wire, so they're like together. What do I do with that? Maybe it's designed this way. And when I look on the other side, there's no such arrangements. There's no big black wire relating the two negatives, and same thing for the positive. They have their individual wiring. Okay, so looking at the boat's manual, the schematics and such, and learning online, even though I have very sporadic internet here, I have to keep the phone high up, and inside the cabin it doesn't work, so it's very sensitive. So yeah, the conclusion is that the two batteries, one on the port side and the house batteries, are supposed to be in parallel because it provides more energy for the items inside the cabin and enough crank power for that motor. So my conclusion on that is that it's the battery that's just low. Unless I start the generator now and then. So it's not a big deal. Well, Searay manual. We'll see you on the next one. Worst comes to worst, I got more batteries there. I got 2 batteries for the stern thruster and 2 batteries for the bow thruster. So about 40 minutes after charging with the generator, which is still on, I got 14 volts and I got 13.8 for the port side. Well, that's looking good. Alright, let's see what happens when I stop the generator. So right off the bat, starboard is at 13.8 and the port side goes to 12.9, I'd say. So definitely an indication that the port battery needs attention. I'll wait another hour or so, take the readings again without any loads on it and see how it depletes. After half an hour without any loads on, that's the starboard. It went down to 13.3 and the port is 12.7, I want to say.
Tangled in the sheets so tight, socks are dancing through the night, pajamas playing hide and seek in this maze of cotton chic. Colors twirl in a spin cycle, detergent dreams in a bottle, whites and reds they love to clash, a kaleidoscope in a flash. Wash away insides and bubbles.
Bustard Islands, August 4th. I've been here for a week. And why did I stay here for a week? Just to chill. Only in the Georgian Bay. I'm being here and going 3 maps down. So look at this. I'm right over here, and then you see this little minus thing there, and I look down there, you got the marker, but right between, right over here, I can see the bottom. Wow. And with that, I got 25 kilometers to go, going that way. And all I have to do really is just follow the dotted line. So that's pretty amazing. One thing I noticed is that the oil pressure on both sides went down, just a little bit, just below 40. It used to be right on 40. So maybe it's because the oil's been used a lot, because I travel like, what, over 1,000 kilometers. So we'll check it out soon. Yeah, so going from Manitoulin Islands back to Killarney and then back to Bustard Islands, that means that I've reached the far end of my vacation. So yeah, I'm just taking my time going back towards home now. My wife is going to be meeting me August 16th for about 2 weeks at Port Severn, and yeah, we'll just visit places that we didn't have the opportunity to visit on our way up here. Really looking forward to that. In the meantime, I got almost 11 days to go before I meet my wife. I'm just going to anchor here and there and just hopefully take some more drone shots and go underwater. Yeah, just enjoy life. Wait, yes, over.
Alright, we can meet you guys on the gas dock when you guys get here. It's just labeled gas dock at the end of the gas docks with yellow writing. It's pretty easy to see. And we'll tell you where your slip is from there. Is that alright?
That's perfect, thank you. Gracias, over.
Right, Serena, stay by 6-8.
Bing Inlet. I'm docked at that marina for the night. And right now I'm just going to walk about 20 minutes to the next marina where there's some food apparently, and that's the only place here that I can put some provisions back in the fridge. I don't mind the walk after being on the boat for so long, for over a week. Yeah, good to have a bit of exercise. 20-minute walk to go and then 20 to come back with 2 groceries bag, and the boat is right over here. Glad to be here. Well, I figured that I put about 150 hours-ish on the boat since the beginning of my vacation that started on June 16th. So I'm at a marina here. I just asked if they would do an oil change and they said yes, they're about to do it. So that's fantastic. Just a good peace of mind. You know, without those service people that help us maintain the boat, we wouldn't have all that fun. Thank you guys, really appreciate it. I'm not the only one who sees dragonflies as our protectors. Look at that. They're attached to the boat. And same thing on the other side. So I had to rest here at the marina for over 24 hours, and the batteries are both at 13.4. So I guess it was just me who hasn't been recharging the batteries enough with the generator when I'm anchored down in a bay. Well, there's nothing like a meat sandwich at Bing Inlet on this very peaceful evening. Very happy I got the oil change as well, so that's a peace of mind. And yeah, I'm about to dig in. And tomorrow I'll be heading out, probably going at anchor somewhere, and maybe I can catch some drone footage. It's so beautiful. Well, my friends, we're in Bing Inlet, August 6th, and it's time to go. But just before I go, I noticed that wonderful boat here, the lifeguards. And there's 2 gentlemen here. They're just more than willing to just let us know what to look out for out there in the water. Gentlemen, let us know what it's all about.
Hi everyone, we're from the Canadian Coast Guard, and a couple tips for you today. First is to always check the weather radar before you go out on the water and make sure that the weather is appropriate for your size vessel.
Yeah, always make sure that you follow a sail plan. Someone knows where you're going and when you'll be back.
Make sure you have enough life jackets for everybody on board, and make sure that they are appropriately fitting for everyone that you have on board that day.
Yeah, and if you ever have an emergency or an issue on the water, you can contact the Coast Guard on channel 16 on your radio, or you can dial star 16 on your cell phone and reach the Rescue Coordination Center.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, guys. That's very much appreciated. Have a good one, eh? Coming up the inlet, the red marker was on the right, but now I gotta change it because I'm going down. It's funny, whenever I go to a little town and I take a slip for the night, it's like I have to stay 2-3 nights there because I just get attached to the little town. It's just so nice to be there, so calming, it's new, it's relaxing, oh my gosh. of the open Georgian Bay. We are going in an inlet, sort of. Gonna find a spot in here somewhere to anchor overnight for quite a few nights, just for fun.